Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our final breakthrough. Are you ready to start your own business? Breakthrough is a virtual entrepreneurial training series of the Nick and the Allen County Public Library. My name is Julie Sanchez, and I am the Nick Breakthrough Program Manager, and Nick stands for Northeast Indiana Innovation Center here in Fort Wayne. The Nick Breakthrough Program shows you how to start your own business from idea to launch. Right now, it's still offered at no charge, and we are still accepting applications. I'm here today for my final time with my co-host from the Allen County Public Library, Degia, who is the Manager of Business and Technology, and Craig Bailey, who is the Senior Librarian. Craig?
Thank you, Julie. Just to make everyone aware, today's program is being recorded. In order to improve the quality of everyone's listening experience, we are asking that you stay muted, and we did kill the video. If you have a question or comment, please use the chat function at the bottom of the screen, and we'll facilitate the conversation as we go. And if we need further participation, we'll certainly unmute you at the appropriate times. But today, Dee is going to start us off through by walking us through the different resources we've covered over the last several months, and with the Breakthrough Program. Dee?
Thank you, and hello everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. And before we start today's session, let's take a few moments and review what we have discussed in the past 5 previous sessions. As Julie mentioned, the Allen County Public Library and the Northeast Indiana Innovation Center has worked together and designed this entrepreneurial program. It is called Breakthrough, a journey of how to start a business, your own business. So it is designed to provide a few highlights to help you with your own business, and to help those who have those entrepreneurial minds and dream of starting your own business. We also hoped that you could be inspired by this program and consider becoming an entrepreneur as a career choice. So the first session we actually started in last November 2020. It is called Breakthrough 1, Get Started. So in this very first session, we introduced you a few resources that you can assess your own skills and strength, and also to identify the areas that you think you might need to be improved. The last one, I want to point out the Occupational Outlook Handbook. It also provides the projections of future industries and the subject. So it gave you a more detailed information, so don't miss that resource. Our second session is entitled Breakthrough 2, Market Research. Actually, we have both session 2 and 3 focusing on market research, but the second one is the part 1. We focused on doing the market research in a more broader level, such as industrial market research. And in this session, in this second session, we not only discussed about the definition of market research, we also discussed and showed you some of the best ways to how to conduct your own market research in the bigger picture way. And here are some resources that we talked about if you missed our session. I wanted to point out that the first resource is called Inspire. This is a free database that is available for all the residents in the state of Indiana. You can access it from the library, or you can also just access it from home, from anywhere. It has a very useful database called MarketLine. This is where you can get an industrial report when you need to. Also, if you prefer to have some traditional way, you don't really like the digital resources, the library has some books that's available for you to check out. The next session, which is the session 3, is Breakthrough Market Research Part 2. We continued talking about how to conduct market research in a more local level or grassroots level. And we also introduced another common used tool. It's called SWOT analysis. So this tool is commonly used when you are conducting marketing research. It provides from both internal and external perspective. So you will be more clear to what your market, where is your market, who are your audience, and who are your competitors and such. Here are the resources that we introduced to you when you conduct some basic local level market research. Our next session, the session 4, is entitled Breakthrough for Right Business Plan. Business plan. It sounds a little intimidating. But again, so in this session, we talked about what is a business plan and what are the components to write this business plan. To write a business plan is highly recommended because whether or not you need a business plan to apply for a bank loan, it is always a roadmap and provides the direction to your business. It is the foundation of your business. Again, we showed you some resources that you could use to write your own business plan. I wanted to point out that Udemy, Access Udemy, why we put this one in here. Udemy is a database that from Allen County Public Library. It offers all those online free courses. If you feel like you need more knowledge or training on a specific area, you can always access to Udemy and take on any courses at any time and with no charge. This is a great tool for you to explore. Okay, the session 5, Breakthrough 5, Funding Basics. This is another fun part that we cannot ignore, and it's also a very big part when you are considering starting your own business. So if you have money, enough money to start your own business, that's fine. But often people will seek some financial support from other resources. So in this session 5, Julie and Craig kind of throw at each other questions on different scenarios and how they could get support from outside sources. You can see the list of the resources that they talked about. There's Kiva, there's SBA and CDC, there's Brightpoint, and there's Hello Alice. Hello Alice, I think it's something really great, especially you are a minority, I mean, like me. Of course, we also talked about some funding possibilities, like if you have your own money and there are some capital venture or angel investors and some other concepts like collateral lendings. So those are the 5 topics we have covered in the past. We talked about how to start a business, conduct your business research, and where to get the fundings. And if you feel like you don't remember all of that or part of that, or you feel like you need to go back to just, to hear from us again, don't worry about it. We have recorded each session and uploaded on YouTube's it's the ACPL's YouTube. Here are where those videos are stored. If you have trouble funding them, you can give us a call. We will be happy to direct you there. All right, so these are the 5 sessions we have covered since last November. We really have walked a long way. And at this point, we would like to introduce you some more steps to take. But before we are doing that, it is really a good time for you to ponder and make a wise decision whether or not you are ready to take the next steps. So if you are ready, the following session, which is going to be today's session, is going to be our very last one. It is entitled, Are You Ready to Start Your Own Business? And how are you going to do that? I'm going to pass this topic back to Julie and Craig, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, Dee. So yes, the question is, are you ready to start your own business? And only you can decide, of course. But we hope that all of this content we've covered puts you in a much better place to make that decision. So the rest of the time today, we want to look at a few resources that are very concrete, local, either state-oriented or Fort Wayne, Allen County-oriented, that are really going to give you a foothold on starting your business. So the first thing is something from the Fort Wayne Community Development Department. They have a brochure that they've put together. It's called Key Steps to Starting a Business in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I just want to show you here where that's at. I will share my screen. So actually what I did here is I just Googled community development Fort Wayne. And you see the first result is Fort Wayne Community Development. And there's that sort of long website name .org. So if I just go into that site, and if anything isn't sharing properly, just holler at me, somebody. But this, as you can see, this is part of it's got the city of Fort Wayne, Indiana seal there. But if you scroll down just a little bit, you see this, how do I start a business? In there, you get some text that it's, but if you read the first line, you see the steps in our brochure, Key Steps to Starting a Business in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And if you just click that, you get a 2-page brochure that gives you some frequently asked questions, local organizations available for business startup assistance. And you'll notice that the NIC is listed there. And then on the next page, it goes step by step. And some of these steps are a little bit generic, but they almost all of them have a local connection. So create a business plan. Well, that's something that we've talked about, and there's lots of resources out there. But then you get to if you'll notice, the second one, register your business name. Now that might be something that you see in a more generic resource. Oh, you need to register with your local blah, blah, blah. Well, right here is the exact information you need for Allen County. It's the recorder's office. They give you the address, the phone number, determine the legal structure of your business. And actually, I'm going to have some resource a little bit later that will help you sort of talk if you want to research more about that. But and this talks about the Indiana Secretary of State. So again, just step by step gives you phone numbers, addresses for local departments that you would need to contact, things that you would need to think about, very concrete steps to actually starting your business. The Community Development Department is also just a good resource to keep in mind as you start your business journey. They're always looking for ways to support local entrepreneurs, so just keep them in mind. And now, Julie, you had a resource you wanted to show us, so I will stop my share and let you take over.
Thank you, Craig. You know, after you're done writing your business, or sometimes even in between, a lot of people want to know, like, a lot of questions that don't have to do with the business plan, but have to do with starting your own business. And a lot of the times that question is, what form what type or form should my business take? And so I want to share a pretty cool resource with you guys. It's from the Indiana Chamber, this Chamber of Commerce, that's for Indiana. And if you go to their website, what's really cool is they have it'll say 12 steps about how to start a business. And so, as you know, the business plan is key, but it's just not everything. It's a lot of things that go into doing your business. This is really, really nice. It talks about develop an idea. So it takes you from the very first part of when you're trying to develop an idea, what are some of the key things that you should remember? And then, of course, once you have the idea, a lot of us are from Breakthrough, do the research. You have to do the research. And then they have some key points to remember, like, is there a demand? These are things to be concerned about for your product. Who is your target market? Do existing businesses in Indiana offer a similar product? So these are the types of answers that you need to answer in your business plan. Then it says, time to draft that business plan. You got an idea, you researched it, now you want to put pen to paper and do your business plan draft. And then it tells you all of the different components that could be in your business plan. But at the bottom line, the business plan is simply your written document that tells a lender or just anyone like what your business is about, what is your product, what's your services, who are your customers, who are your competitors, what's your industry, and your financial forecast. So basically, don't get too stressed out. If you have those basic elements, you will have a great business plan. Then it talks about securing funding. All of these are hyperlinks. Getting a loan from the Small Business Administration. If I click on that, it'll take you right to the SBA and right to the place where all the loans are. Then it really does a great job of saying, if you're looking at wanting an angel investor, someone else to help you fund your business, it tells you most or maybe even all of the angel investor corporate operations here in Indiana. And if you just double click on the blue, there's hyperlinks, and they will take you to those organizations and give you more information. And then they even give you some additional investors information, and the hyperlinks will take you right to those organizations. So this is a lovely resource for you about the next steps. Here's some of the stuff it talks about. Again, decide on a legal entity. Some people call it a legal entity. Some people call it formal associations. Some people call it how will you organize your business. It's all language for the same thing. And it goes into just explaining it again, what those things mean. And there's a hyperlink to explain that. Now, here's something that we haven't talked much about is that after you get your business plan, you do want to register your business with the Secretary of State of Indiana, especially if you're Craig talked about with the recorder's office, that's if you're a DBA or a sole proprietor and you're just going in there. Really, it's just a page that you're filling out that says Julie Sanchez is doing business as the same thing as my corporation. But for any other types, you have to register your business with the Secretary of State, which means that you have to go and make sure no one in Indiana has your same name and that it's secured for yourself. So this tells you about that, and it goes into all the ways you can register as sole proprietor, and it has hyperlinks, LLC, corporation, hyperlinks. Here's one. It tells you need to pick, which is really great, a registered agent service. And they give you some of the great registered agent services. But what I do want to tell you is some people get kind of confused here, and they're like, can I do this myself? And the answer is yes. You can be your own registered agent. I'm my own registered agent. It just means all that information goes to you. You don't have to pay anybody else. So definitely you can be your own registered agent. Acquire federal and state tax IDs. So basically you're going to need a federal ID, and that is the same thing for a business as your social security number is for you as an individual. That's how you're recognized as a business. And it talks about Indiana Department of Revenue. If you don't know how to do it, the EIN, how to apply, all these are hyperlinks. Just click, 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 and everything is right there for you. Tells you, hey, open a business bank account. You could keep it in your personal checking account, but you should open your own business banking account, and it gives you some of the folks that support them, but you can go anywhere for a bank to do that, bank of your choice. It tells you, hey, some of your businesses may need necessary license or permits. Sometimes restaurants need a liquor license or different licenses for different businesses. And here's a hyperlink that tells you right here, where to go to see if your business needs a license and permit. In the state of Indiana, there is no general business permit. In other states, sometimes they'll charge you money. Just if you go into business, you have to have a license. It's just the way they make money, but we don't have that. A general business license in Indiana. It tells you need to choose a location, you need to get insurance, talks about what insurance you need, tells you even that you need to have an internet presence and how to register for a Google profile, just different websites that you need. So it's just a lot of cool information. If you're not quite sure, what to do next, because starting your business, it's a lot. Definitely go here for the Chamber of Commerce just to make sure you haven't missed any steps. And I will go to one more website, and that is going to be called Inbiz. And let's see, you give me just a moment here to pull it up because I want you to see it from start to finish here. Okay. And okay. Getting a little, of course, when you do things live, you get a little wonky here, but I'm going to see if I can take you through this. It says you go to in.cov, and let me see. I actually, normally if you put Inbiz, it takes you right there, but I hit something and it took me, of course, to a different place. So here's Inbiz. Can you guys see that, or do I need to reboot? Can you see that, Craig? Okay, good. Whew. So here we're at Inbiz. In stands for Indiana, business is business. And Inbiz is a one-stop shop for all things when you want to start your business. It is one of the nicest websites that you can go to if you want to learn. It's from the state of Indiana, and it is excellent. You can go here to start your business. And so when you get here, it has a lot of videos to talk you through things. But here, again, it tells you about like the type of business you want. A lot of people just get really confused. What do I need to be? And if you hover over these question marks, it'll explain again in a different voice and different language what each of these things mean, so you can make your choice of how you want to, what type of business you want to be or how you want to organize. Then it says, are you ready to get started? Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, let's see. It's going to have you, before you start, it makes you now be registered and sign in with the state of Access Indiana. And I've done that before. And so it's making me do this now. So this is just like live. Isn't this exciting? Like, ooh, yay. But I want to show you just how simple this can be. This is like happening real time. So they gave me a code. Put it
But
in.
it's great that, we can see how it really, works.
Oh, code is invalid. Sometimes you just need to put the right code in to get the right answers.
Which is a skill.
Deal. Okay, here we go. So once you're signed in, it'll tell you, it'll walk you through everything. How long will it take me to form a business? 15 minutes. Do you know there are some people that pay $1,500 because they're just scared to go through this process, and somebody says, I can do it for you for $1,500, for $3,000. 15 minutes. And it tells you what information is required to form a business. And it tells you, make sure you have your business name determined, address of your business, and registered agent information. And it'll walk you through all of those things. And just remember, it can be individual. You can be your own registered agent. And then it says, what's next? Okay. If you see, What's next? Company out today. What's next? So then it says, I would like the business wizard to guide me while starting. And you know, whenever there's a wizard about, you have to choose the wizard. So yes, guide me. And so it just walks you so super simple. I love this. The nerd in me just loves this. And so do you know the type of business that you would like to start? Yes. And it just prompts you down. Are you a sole proprietor? Yes. And then it'll say next. But let me show you. What if you don't? You're like, no. Then it'll take you back and it'll talk about you need to choose sole proprietor. You know, it'll take you back to that information. But now, since you decided, are you a sole proprietor? Let's say no. But you see how this walks you right through which of the best applies to you. I am, you know, and it tells you, I would like to start a new business. Will your business be for profit or not for profit? For profit. Select your business type because it explained to you you're going to have to choose, you know, at that time. And then it just walks you through just this simple. I just wanted to kind of show you how simple it is. You don't have to pay anybody to do this. And you'll be registered, get your name registered and get your EIN and all that stuff from this site right here. So with that said, it's really very easy. And then the last thing that I wanted to share with you, and I'll make it really, really quick, is the Mix breakthrough website. And here it goes. Here's the last thing. And I know we're running a little tight. Here's the NIC breakthrough. So here are our latest alumni, and they're featured now on our NIC website. And NIC is a wonderful program. I'm the breakthrough program manager, but basically it really gives you that one-on-one assistance and helps you understand that you can start a business, or at least learn what it takes to start a business. And here are our 3 latest graduates, and it's easy to apply and go through. So the NIC is a program, it's no charge. And if you're interested, please let me know and we'll get you signed up. But hopefully, thank you for joining us. And hopefully all of these resources have been very helpful to you. Dee?
Oops. Okay. Thank you, Julie and Craig, for this final touch on this journey. So I'm here now. Is the question time. So if you have any questions, can you please type in the chat box, and we will answer from there. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to share you with all the resources that we talked about today. So here are the sources that Julie and Craig just talked about. Chamber of Commerce and the Inbiz, NIC Breakthrough, and also Allen County Public Library. There's something else from NOLA, which is a very reliable resources. All right, I'm not seeing any chat at this moment. Oh, there's one. Are you able to send the links in the text so we can copy and paste into a browser? I certainly can do that. Okay, just give me a second. Let me just open this thing up and.
Indeed, while you're doing that top link, NOLO, that's a website. It's a legal publisher. They have lots of information on their website. But we have, if you run into a paywall on that site, we have an extensive collection of NOLO books here at the library, and we keep those up to date. And they cover various legal topics of LLC, like deciding what kind of company you're going to have, LLC or corporation or sole proprietorship. They cover trademark issues. So try that website. But if you get to looking for a physical resource that you can look through and flip through, come see us at the library, and we will try to help you that way. So.
Okay, here's another one. Can we access the PowerPoint material any way other than YouTube? Yes, certainly. We could send you the PowerPoint to your email address. And I think I see another one. Correct, that's good to know. Okay. No problem. Okay, so now it's like 8:03. I think it's time to wrap up again. So again, today is the last session on this breakthrough entrepreneurial journey, but it might be your very first beginning of your own journey. So we hope that you have enjoyed and benefited from this program. But please remember there are a lot more for you to explore rather than what we have discussed. And remember, often starting a business might start with a business idea, but it won't happen until you take action. And here I want to share a Chinese proverb with you. It says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with your first step. Again, thank you very much to take this journey with us. And again, it is our very best wishes to you for starting your own business. Thank you very much and have a good night.